So, if you don't know me, I'm Lex, and I'm in my basement, and I've got 35 boxes of Uncle Buck's books to open. And so I'm gonna just set up this camera and start opening books, and we'll see what we see. Like this, you can see the books and me. Try that for now. All right, get the old orange juice going. Hello, related title. Related title, is that about a book? Because we are here doing books. I've got Uncle Buck's library. In fact, let's bring down the photo of Uncle Buck. What do you think, Uncle Buck? We're opening up your library. Alright, this is Uncle Buck. I inherited 66 boxes of books from him, and we have 35 left to open. And we're going to see what's in this one, which is oddly Bahama Mama. Most of these are well labeled, but the ones that say Bahama Mama, I don't know what that means. So, might be her mom's books. Okay, well, some good drug books. Let's see. Can you all see? Let's see how this is going. Oh, because it's easy to raise my camera because I have fucking boxes. I have stacks of books. I can just stack stuff on top of. Some of my books are not the most stable. Unstable authors and all that. Oh yeah, that's doing it. Here, take my thing off. All right, cool. Great. And let me make this bigger so I can see your comments better. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Yeah, related title, the username. Yeah. Is that like related titles? All right, so we just opened the first box of books, and this is a double. I already have this one. The Life and Times of August Owsley Stanley III. So this is one of the great LSD makers, the Bear, he's called. So this is a good biography. Put that in the giveaway pile. Techno Tackle, Sacred Vision of Mushrooms. When are we going to start putting the drug books? I'll put the drug books up there. Growing the Hallucinogens. I think this is a double. Grubbers. This is an old fun one. Here, I'll hold them up for you. Are these... I wonder if these are inverted. These aren't inverted, are they? Okay. Let me invert this. 20 cents. It's a little bit of a long story, but it's just random words for real. Okay. Related title, though. I like it. It's a cool username. For sure. No. Don't cancel the live. Flip camera. No. Not that kind of flip. Mirror. Turn it off. Okay, video mirroring is off, and now I think you can see the books. Yes. All right, cool. Here we go. Let's reset the camera. There. All right, cool. Put this back so I can see your comments. Easy. All right. Hi, everybody. We're opening books for Uncle Buck's book back. The Medieval Church by Marshall Baldwin. History of the medieval church. Okay, cool church history. Let's put that over here. And spirituality books. Why is this backwards? Aquarius Revisited by Peter O. Whitmer with Bruce Van Weingarten. Wait, 7 Who Changed the 60s Counterculture. William S. Burroughs, Ginsberg, Kesey, Leary, Mailer, Robbins, Hunter S. Thompson. Not a woman's goddamn name on this thing. Fuck this. So anyway, but okay, put that in drug history. Acid Trips in Chemistry by Cam Cloud. Okay, an old drug book. Doesn't look that great. Sacred Mushroom of the Goddess. Oh, by Ruck. Yeah, Ruck's a Boston University professor who does a bunch of this. He's a little out there academically, people would say. But yeah, he saw mushrooms everywhere in history. See anything you want in history. Meditation Action by Shungom Trungpa. Alright, put that down here in the Tibetan books. There are a lot of Tibetan books. There are boxes and boxes of weird and rare Tibetan Indian stuff. So are these boxes sorted by genre, topic, or just random? They're mostly put together by like type, and it's a lot of history and spirituality, some like money and war, a lot of theosophism, more than I can handle. Rudolf Steiner, like 3 or 4 boxes of just Rudolf Steiner. Uncle Buck, this is him. He was an obsessive. But you know, that's what life's about. And it's fun. I can feel his spirit. I feel like watching me open these. Sometimes I just look at him and just like, oh, Buck. I find a perfect book. A book I know is going to change my life. I'm like, Buck. And find copies because we have the same books. It's really sweet. Anyway, John Allegro's The Dead Sea Scrolls and the Creation Myth. Allegro is especially far out there on how much drugs were in history and Christianity. Shamuli, The Shamanic Way of the Heart. Traditional Teachings from the Andes by Luis Espinoza. That looks cool. If you want me to tell you any names, let me know. I will, I'll repeat names to you. And I think this will save this live too. Okay, that's the Shaman book. I'm going to put that upstairs in the Shaman pile I have started in the living room. Okay, let's close this thing. Timothy Leary, Psychedelic Prayers and Other Meditations. What is this? It's Leary's only book of meditative poetry. There's a lot of Leary here. It's fine. I probably will get to it at some point and for research for a book, but I don't care that much about Leary anymore. So, Annals of the New York Academy of Science, A Pharmacology and Psychomimetics of Psychotherapeutic Drugs. Oh, this is cool. An old drug research, posters from pretty far back. Fire in the Head, Shamanism and the Celtic Spirit by Tom Cohen. That looks cool. Really tired. I really want to get into more reading. I rarely read books. Yeah, I hear you. It can take time, and it's like, I don't know, to sit down and do it. But what I really like is audiobooks. If I can, for ones to just like get into them, LibriVox is great because I just find some classics and I just listen to them. I'm listening to Tristram Shandy right now. That's a really hilarious book. It's just this old windbag author from like 300 years ago, and he just like, his whole shtick is he's like an old guy who's like got you at a bar, and he's like just keeps on talking on all of these like tangents, but he's actually really trying to say something. It's one of the funniest things I've ever read. So anyway, it's really, I like listening to books a lot. All right. Aristotle and the American Indians, A Study in Race Prejudice in the Modern World. How would they be related? But yeah, in a history book. Put the history book here. Metaphysics of the Profane, The Political Theology of Walter Benjamin and Gershom Shalem. That's pretty good. So I'll put that in Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah. On Hashish by Walter Benjamin. Oh, Buck. This is great. This is a classic. And I got the Kindle version of this so I could read it. But yeah, Walter Benjamin, like the great like critical theorist talking about hashish. It's one of the most important like first cannabis things ever done. Though I should probably not use that word. I'll call it our favorite plant because they actually do stop you for stuff like that on here. I once held up a really sexy tarot card of the Lovers, and TikTok shut down the live because they thought I was showing porn, which I mean I was. Okay, this book goes upstairs. Where's go up to my room pile? Let's make it right there for right now. God, this is all drug books. That's stuff I know. Iris Murdoch's A Sovereignty of God. Yes, she's an old like Marxist spirituality thinker. Put that over there, and interesting spirituality books. All right. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. I'm just opening up box of books from Uncle Buck and talking about what I find. Entheogens, Myth and Human Consciousness, Carl A.P. Ruck and Mark Hoffman. Yeah. Two scholars who see drugs all through human history. The Jungle and the Aroma of Meats, an ecological theme in Hindu medicine by Francis Zimmerman. What an odd book. It's so interesting. So it's a history of like Hindu sciences. I guess I'll put that down in the books. Down here, how many books do I read per day? Oh, I took a vow to not read as many books this year. I need to be learning French. But, I usually pick up like 3 to 4 books a day. But I probably don't get, a couple pages here and there. I have little kids. I don't have that much time to read. But I'm always at it, most of my reading was like the 10 years I didn't have kids. And I still read a lot now. But, I'm reading a lot of books at once. And I just, I always remember where I am. And I just, read them over the course of years. Drugs, A Danger for Human Evolution. Oh, well, that's good. I always like the anti-drug books. Oh, it's old, too. This is like... Oh, he wrote it in the 70s. Oh, he was an old man when he wrote it. All right. Well, a funny old anti-drug book. Yeah, I'll put that up in the front pile of these. These interesting things. Yeah, in fact, here, let's make an interesting drug books pile. And a... Not as interesting. Okay, The Cosmic Serpent, DNA and the Origins of Knowledge by Narby. He's a great drug writer. Chaos, Gaia, and Eros, a chaos pioneer, covers the 3 great streams of history. Oh. It's kind of a weird chaos pioneer, Ralph Abraham. Okay, kind of a poet, scientist, philosopher, historian kind of cat. Oh, Joan Halifax likes it. Terrence gave it a good one. Okay. Well, that's cool. Weird spirituality books. Put that there. Folklore and Odyssey of Food and Medicinal Plants. An illustrated source book of therapeutic, magical, exotic, and nutritional uses of plants. Oh, wow, those are some great images. Okay, I'm taking that up just to scan those in for my graphic novels. Alright, cool. Cool. Be right back. Gonna roll a magic stick? Awesome. That might be why I'm so chatty. Related title, so enjoy. Hey everybody. Feel free to ask me anything. This is Uncle Buck's library. Aldous Huxley, 1894 to 1963. What is this? Just an anthology of him? A memorial volume. Oh, so it's a bunch of people writing about him. These are actually often quite useful. You learn a lot about the people. When there's a bunch of like memory books about how great you are, that's always a good sign. Kidnapped in the Amazon jungle. True story of a young man abducted by a tribe in 1907, and then became a shaman of the tribe. Wow. Cool. Okay, put that on the shaman book upstairs. Hello. Hope you're doing well too. Just looking at books together. The Psychedelic Experience, a manual based on the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Oh, this is the classic, and this is a fun, old, like, nicely done, fat edition of this. Oh, this is nice. Good old Uncle Buck. Yeah, I've never actually read this. It's such a, like, in the atmosphere kind of book. But, yeah. Leary, Metzner, and Alpert all took the Tibetan Book of the Dead and, like, used it to explain drug trips and dying. Because they were on something. Cerebrum, the Dana Forum on Brain Science. Oh, some old drug research things. I love old drug research things. Leary's Info Psychology. A manual on the use of the human nervous system according to the instructions of the manufacturers. He's such a funny guy. He's a good salesman, Leary. I like that. I'm going to start a Leary pile. There's so much Leary stuff, and I don't want to go through it, really, but I want to have it all in one place. I went through his papers years ago. Or his clippings. So recognize what more books than we can read in a lifetime. Yeah, it used to haunt me, and then I eventually got, okay, I'll just read as many as I can, and that's fine. And now that I believe in reincarnation, it's like, oh, it's no big deal. I just come back and like I just pick up where I left off. So that's nice. Because so often now when I'm reading, I'm like, I feel like it feels like I'm uncovering something I knew before, but I haven't read the book before. But it makes sense. So, all of a sudden now that I think you're reading like across lifetimes, it's like, oh, okay. So it's like this. These are just the fingers pointing at the moon. Um, so, Funny. Hey, good to see you. Am I opening a new box? Yes, I am. I just got my shelves up here. In fact, here, let me give you all a little tour. I have a video I just did, but so yeah, here is my history wall. The stairs going up, and then here are big stacks of history books. Here's the first shelf that I just put in last night, and so I have the whole bunch of Indian and Tibetan spirituality books down there, and then these are different stacks of different things just for sorting. All those are all different. Here's the main stack of books. I'm gonna try to get open the next while. Here's the shelving I got in tonight, and these are all the spirituality books that look interesting. There's my little art station down there. That's commentaries on philosophers that I mostly don't care about because read the philosophers, don't read the commentators. Then this is a whole bunch of history, drugs, spirituality, different piles of stuff. And then behind me is a whole other stack of books too. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. Let's get this angle. Is this a good angle, or is it even better where you're just facing me? Well, actually, this way you can see the books better. Okay. Okay. Or is it even better where you're just facing me? Well, actually, this way you can see the books better. Okay. Okay. Don't see me that much. Oh, drugs? How real is the entourage effect? Super real. Yeah. I mean, for either THC or CBD, they just work better in like full plant extracts in general. And the terpenes themselves do stuff. That's the secret. And they change how the cannabinoids get into the system. Like, I'm always a full plant guy. Unless you're dealing with like very serious things, you want to know exactly what people are getting. But even then, unless it's like isolated CBD for kids with epilepsy, always go full plant. And the specific strains, that all comes down to terpenes. Strains really mean terpenes. And so if you start paying attention to the top 3 terpenes in the stuff you like, and you keep trying to match that up, that'll be what you'll... that'll be the best way to find the strains that work for you. What city am I in? I'm in Bordeaux. So, yeah, it's fine. I should be working my French now, but I'm opening boxes of books. So, cool. Well, it's good to see everybody. Awesome. Okay, talking about drugs. Weil and Rosen's Chocolate to Morphine, Understanding Mind Active Drugs. This drug was a big deal. This book was a big deal when it came out years ago, but I don't care about Weil. I've always thought Andy Weil's annoying ever since he dropped the dime on the Harvard psilocybin project. They wouldn't give him psilocybin, and so he, told the administration. That's why Lyrian... I mean, they were being irresponsible anyway, but it was Weil who was, whiny because they wouldn't let him play. Andy Weil, that's that guy. Marijuana is Medicine, a world tour of the healing and visionary powers of cannabis. Oh, by Christian Rasch. Oh, Buck, thank you. Rasch is this German guy who's just absolutely one of the best, has the best science, but also really knows the history, and look at this, lots of great pictures. Oh, this will be cool. Yeah, Rasch is definitely one of the best cannabis historians out there. An identification guide, Mushrooms of Hawaii. There's a bunch of Hawaiian stuff I don't know what to do with. Buck used to live in Hawaii, but this is cool though. I'll put all the mushroom stuff up there. This is a cool history. Look at this. The Story of Corn. The Myths and History, the Culture and Agriculture, the Art and Science of America's Quintessential Crop. A big old bound edition. What a cute picture. You seen that picture? All these people dressed up as corn. Oh, it's a well done book. Fascinating. These are the kind of books where I'm like, I'm going to put it here on the science shelf where I can see it, and I'll just look at it and be like, there's a lot more to know about corn. If I ever need it, it's right here. And I can just look at it and I feel like I learned by osmosis a little bit. I'm like, man, corn must be interesting. Everything's interesting. Let's just have a book that will tell you what's interesting about it. Ethnobotany, Evolution of a Discipline. Edited by Schultes. Oh, cool. Oh, this is cool. So this is Schultes' best people of how ethnobotany developed. Oh, yeah, Wade Davis. Oh, this is cool. Carl Ruck, of course. Okay, great. And a lot of names I don't know. Even better. Hoffman. Naranjo. Wasson. Wasson at the end. Yeah. Fucking CIA. Okay, that's a beautiful book. Thank you, Buck. Thank you very much. That's so cool. Here's Uncle Buck, by the way. Un bon livre français? Oui, un peu un livre de français ici. Ouais, pas la langue des français, mais l'histoire de France et... oui, la nourriture. Ouais. So, I mean, Buck had books on everything, so there's some French stuff here. A lot of interesting French history stuff. But, you know, if I'm reading French history, I should really read it in French. The Terpene Guide some guy made. Oh, yeah, the guy on here, on TikTok, yeah, he's cool. He's really cool. I wish I could just download his knowledge. I don't know the terpenes like that. I have a bunch of science on them, but I don't feel them inside now because I've never had a chance to, like, buy for terpenes. I'm in France, and it's just like, there's weed. Ever I've lived my entire life, it's like, there's weed. That's what you get, so I don't know terpenes well. This is Wade Davis's book on the rainforest, ancient realm of the Pacific Northwest. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's just a whole rainforest picture and science book. I will give that to the kids. They will dig that. We'll go through that together at some point. Kid Pile. That's a good Kid Pile. Oh my God, Uncle Buck. Look, it's puzzles. Oh, and I have a 2.5-year-old and a 6-year-old. And, oh, Buck, Auntie Jay, thank you. So this is really sweet. I like being able to, like, have some friends here like you and tell you, like, about this. Because when we lived in Colorado, Buck isn't really my uncle. He's the papa of a friend of mine. And when we were living out in Boulder, they lived there too. They lived like 5-minute drive away. And so we had a little kid. We had a baby turn into a toddler. And they were the only people we knew in town, especially older people. And so we'd just go see Uncle Buck and Auntie Jay. And they were just like grandparents to our firstborn. And they were great. They were just such sweet people. And this house was filled with all of these books. And Buck could talk about any of them. I mean, he was so sharp. She was so sweet and kind, a great artist. And gave lots of like jewelry and fun stuff. And like a chair we still have. They're just lovely people. And the friend that I know is also a fascinating person. She's traveling the world. She's hit like 2/3 of the countries in the world now. So that's his kid. But yeah. So I found a couple of toys in here, and it's really sweet to find toys from Uncle Buck and Auntie Jay, and be able to give them to my kids. So anyway, that's really sweet to find kids' books and all this. Okay, Entheos, the Journal of Psychedelic Spirituality. Oh, this is cool. Magazines are always great because it's always like people's weird little passions, and there's good images you can take. There's a lot of stuff in these kind of things that you don't find anywhere else. An old High Times cover with nothing particularly interesting on it. How to Live Forever. We've always been working on that, haven't we? It's not the cover. It's a whole... it's a bunch of old magazines. Or a couple old magazines. Old drug magazines. High Times from 78. It's perfect. It's nice to get like one old magazine. If you get a stack of them, like, I'm not going to read through a stack of these. But if you get one, it's like, you probably had that for a reason. It'd be fun to read one old one. It's always good for images. So, find the crappy cheap stuff with seeds in it, but it does the job. Amen. All right. Oh, this is cool. Drawing It Out, Befriending the Unconscious, a Contemporary Women's Psychedelic Journey. Oh, cool. Text and illustration by Sharana Harriet Francis. The intro by Stan Groff. Oh, wow, this is cool. So this is specifically for women about drawing, using art to get to know your own unconscious in a psychedelic journey. And it has like a bunch of the big names on the back. Oh, man. But, okay, well that is a really... Oh, look at this. Oh, man, look at these cool drawings. Oh, it's just different people's, like, psychedelic, symbolic imagery. Oh, how cool. Oh, that's really cool. Wow, it's all images. Wow. Wow, okay, that is a very cool thing. I've never seen anything quite like that. Okay. Magic Mushrooms and Religion and Alchemy, Clark Heinrich. Yeah, that's big, not that interesting. Need a better place to put drug books that are not that interesting. Just at my feet for now. Okay. 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 Oh, another copy of The Psychedelic Experience, a manual based on the Tibetan Book of the Dead. I wish I lived in the States where probably a good number of you live, and I would send these books to people, but I live in Europe, and it's too expensive to send stuff anywhere. Yeah, there's the classic. Okay, so this goes to the doubles. Oh, that's the doubles. Oh, this is a great book. Zigzag Zen, Buddhism and Psychedelics. This is my buddy Badiner's book. So it's a whole bunch of essays. So basically, the thing about psychedelics and the it's not about psychedelics. The thing about Buddhism in the U.S. is it's completely because of psychedelics. Like, this guy Badiner interviewed all of the first people who like Westerners who like came and like brought it to the West, and all but one of them said it was because of psychedelics that they were looking for what they could find on psychedelics. Instead of taking the airplane to the top of the mountain or the helicopter, they wanted to be able to like walk up to the top of the mountain. And the last person, turns out they had taken psychedelics, they just didn't want to tell anybody about it. So all of the U.S. wasn't ready for it. It was only psychedelics that allowed Buddhism to finally like creep in. It could have come 50 years before. It was available, but nobody really jumped on it. So anyway, this is a beautiful book. Thanks, Uncle Block. Yeah, Badiner's just a good writer, good guy. You can see Badiner online. Oh yes, this is one of the most beautiful books. I have a video I did about this. Sisters of the Extreme: Women Writing on the Drug Experience. It's got Charlotte Bronte, Alcott, Anais Nin, Maya, Billy, Diane De Prima, Carrie Fisher, and it's all these different. It's great illustrations, and it's like a wonderful selection. It's edited by Cynthia Palmer and Michael Horowitz. So yeah, I'll give that one away because I have that upstairs so marked up. Oh, this is cool. It's the Great Book of Hemp, complete guide to the plant. Doesn't even be helpful. It had a lot of pictures, but the pictures are pretty boring. This is what I do, so I'm always scanning these for like stuff I can use. But I write books about cannabis, but this is not that great. I'll go put it up in my pile, but super impressed. Birth of a Psychedelic Culture, conversations about Leary, the Harvard experiments, Millbrook in the 60s, with Ram Dass and Ralph Mesner. Oh, and forward by John Perry Barlow. Okay, it would be interesting for the forward, but no. Synergetic Press. It has good images. Okay. Yeah. That was about as much as I need to about Dass and Metzner and Leary. Timothy Leary, Chaos and Cyberculture. Okay, this does look funny. What a weird guy. Can you? Good. You can see these books if I hold them like that. Yeah. If only the best books to read glowed more or something. That's a fucking great idea. That's really good thinking. That's great thinking. That would be amazing. Luckily they kind of do. Once you just going through this, like reading the back really quick, I get a sense of like, oh yeah, okay, this is like what's pretty good. But like, yeah, if you could just have like a really good like Google AI, Uber Google, like just knew your taste and you'd be like, tuk, 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 tuk. Yeah, last night we saw a Netflix thing and it was like a 96% match. I'm like, why 96? And then I saw it was about sex and drugs, and I'm like, I guess I got pegged. So anyway, Leary, Chaos, Cyberculture. Okay, I'll probably finish this box and then I will go to bed. The Hefner Review of Psychedelic Research. That's cool. These little reviews are always a good way to learn about drugs. Oh yeah, Sacred Cacti, Trout's book. Yeah, this Trout, he's an obsessive chemistry of psychedelic cacti guy. It's pretty funny to watch. I love obsessives. Psychedelic Resource List by John Hanna. Ibogaine email list. Oh, this is funny. It's like a print of like these different like old drug groups all over the place. Isn't that cool? Man, oh man, what happened to all those? Probably a couple of them are still active. Somehow. Oh man, that's cool. That's a cool thing. I would love to just do a book where I just track down those people who wrote about like all those things. So many potential books. So little time. Shattered Live. Portraits from America's Drug Wars. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, how heartbreaking. All these years in prison and death. Okay. Put that on my research book pile for upstairs. Vine of the Soul by Schultes. Medicine Men, Their Plants, and Rituals in the Columbia Amazon. Oh, by Schultes. Okay. Okay, this is Schultes on the... Alright. Coming down to the big, heavy books. Psychedelic Shamanism. Cultivation, Preparation, Shamanic Use of Psychotropic Plants by Jim DeCorn. Oh, that's pretty good. Here from the thigh tattoo video I came across. The thigh tattoo. You're welcome for that sickly thigh tattoo. That's the first time I ever showed that to anybody on here. Yeah, that was inspired. I was in India or Tibet when I got that tattoo. I can't remember now. But yeah, I got those signatures tattooed there. And I always hope to get the other leg done with a whole bunch more. So maybe I'll do that soon. Give myself a little treat. Timothy Leary's The Game of Life. With contributions by Robert Anton Wilson. Well, I was like Robert Anton Wilson. Oh, look. The Post-Terrestrial Tarot cards. Oh, it's all of his weird take on stuff. Oh, these are pretty funny. I love this stuff. Especially when it involves Robert Anton Wilson. Okay, the Ayahuasca Reader, edited by Luna and Stephen White. Is that the White I know? Encounters with the Amazon Sacred Vine. Okay. Reader of a bunch of stuff. That looks worth pretty good. Oh, the Ibogaine story. Report on the Staten Island Project. Oh, that's great. I don't have that book here. I only have it back in the States at my parents' house. It's a really good history book. Though, yeah, I'll take it upstairs now. Okay, I am done except for Ayahuasca, Amazonian Shamanism, Science, Spirituality, audio cassette tapes. Whoa! Didn't expect that. Buck. It is a whole bunch of old lectures on, look, Luna. It's some California 2000 conference on cassette tapes. Love that. Love it. Love it. Thanks, Buck. Okay. So, the last set of cassette tapes. I will put that up there. Put that so I can see it. That one cracks me up. Buck. Okay, and the very last book, everybody. The very last book is... Oh! Psychedelics by Bernard Aronson and Humphrey Osmond. Okay. So this is 1957. Osmond... Oh, the book's not from 57. It's a little bit later. But, because he coined psychedelics in 1957. But the guy who coined the term psychedelics, this is his book. So this is one of the earliest books on how we should be sane about psychedelics. Okay, that's a good one. I don't know a ton about Osmond, but I've always liked him. He's like the good scientist of the early 50s and this stuff. And Hoffman's buddy. Or Huxley's buddy. So, anyway. Alright, you got a player. I don't know what that means. I'm not very up to date, slangy-wise. So, alright, well, we opened a drug book together. That was unexpected. How cool. Drug box together. So, it's late here, so it's time for me to go to bed. But thank you so much, everybody, for checking this out. And I think I will go live some other times. and do more of this. So, all right, have a great rest of your time. Good night, and God bless.